Hey everyone, sorry for the delayed start there. It's good to be back on a live stream. Have not done one of these in a very long time, or feels like it's been a long time. I've been working on some vlogs and doing some other stuff, but I knew I was long overdue. Sorry, I keep moving my hat. And I had some Wi-Fi issues, as you might have remembered from the past. So I figured I would just jump in tonight, and I plan on doing more of these, especially sorry, as the football season is getting closer, which I know a lot of people are excited for, but some people are so focused right now on the new EA Sports College game, and I don't blame them. I'm excited too, but I don't have a system, and I'll be honest. I keep telling myself if you get one and start playing the game, you are going to get addicted to it. So I'm trying not to do that. Before I even get into football, congrats to the Panthers, Stanley Cup champs. What a run it was! What a run! Still enjoying them being champs. So I've done some vlogs recently. Not to like give my oh, do 6 days away. Yep, John. I might be coming to your place in Naples just to get a taste of it. So you never know. I might show up there. But thanks, John, for chiming in there. Appreciate it. So yeah, so I just wanted to uh yeah, I went to I've been lucky lately, man, real lucky. After I think the last vlog I did was for WrestleMania, and that was an amazing trip. And then I went to Tallahassee. Went to the FSU spring game, got to see a lot of old friends, and got to meet a lot of the current team through a Battles End event, which is really cool. And then I'm 2 weeks later plane to Seattle, and I went to Seattle, and then took a cruise out of there to Alaska, which was unbelievable. And the response in the videos for those have been fantastic. Um, After that, I just got back the other day from Dallas because I toured South Bend, Indiana, to go to Notre Dame to preview that for FSU fans who might be going to that game this year. Same with Chicago, since most fans will be staying there for the game. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Much better. Okay, so yeah, so I had a great time there. Weather was incredible there. From there, I went to Dallas, stayed with my friend Kemp, who was an amazing host, and we toured SMU. Went to a Rangers game. Got some great content there. Unfortunately, I had to cut that trip short because of the weather situation in Texas. I probably was going to be okay, but I just didn't want to chance it. Um, but he understood, but he was a little bummed that I had to leave early, and I was too. Yeah, but moving on from that, I wanted to bring up conference talk because it seems to be the $1 million question or multi-million-dollar question for Florida State, and that it's been. I'm not going to be critical at all because I don't know the truth behind the scenes. I'm not an insider. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with the lawsuit. Obviously, yeah, I hear what's going on in the hearings, but I don't know what's going on behind the scenes as far as settlement talk. So I don't want to sound out of pocket there. So I'm assuming they're in settlement talks. Um, I got excited like everybody is yesterday when I heard board of trustees meeting for Florida State on the 22nd, and then I realized when I read a little further that they're not going to that they wouldn't. Florida State, when they announced they were going to sue the ACC and made that big announcement in the board of trustees meeting, told everybody the day before to get the most impact. They're not going to do a major thing like this and give you 12 days notice. And this meeting was on the calendar for a year, so I jumped the gun there and got a little excited. But that's what's happening because I've been really so focused on this conference stuff more than I should be. Um, it is what it is. I'm just tired of the ACC. I have been for a long time, way before this lawsuit, and I'm glad we're doing something about it. I just don't know when and where. I'll give my opinions on stuff, but let me just preface by saying I'm not an insider. I'm not going to disparage anybody who's made opinions because honestly, the opinions have been kind of limited to like a few people here and there. I'm talking outside of the national media. They obviously are the first ones who get it first. That's just how it always seems to work before local or internet. And I understand because that's their people they trust, and that's the people they want to release the story, not leak anything. So, um, for the longest time, I said it, and a lot of people said it. We just really felt Big Ten. Uh, just from a Fox wanting us standpoint, bad. The money there, it's going to be one of the big two conferences. Uh, Everything aligned there. Then the last couple of weeks, the SEC came up more, and like I said, it's not like we have it from verified sources. Technically, they're not supposed to even be negotiating with us because we're still under contract with the ACC, and it'd be tampering. Obviously, there's a lot of backdoor talks between third parties or the networks. So, but for the longest time, I didn't want the SEC. I'll admit over the Big Ten because my attitude was I didn't think we'd be treated well there, and I still am bitter about the college football playoffs, and I didn't want to be part of that conference if I had my pick of the Big Ten. Now I'm at the point now, just give me either or, and I'll be thrilled. But it's so hard to say. Nobody really knows outside of like 3 or 4 people, I think. And even those people aren't 100% sure yet because things can go either way. I mean, we could have a deal with the Big Ten in place and SEC comes in last second and gives us an offer we can't refuse. I mean, you never know. I know ESPN doesn't want Fox to get a foothold in Florida. So they're going to fight like heck, and they might make that more difficult in the lawsuit for us because they're partners with the ACC if we're trying to negotiate with Fox or possibly go there. So I don't know. I think things have been – I've never seen something more talked about with not that much information. And my theory is I got to give Florida State credit on this one. Going into the coaching search after we got rid of Willie Taggart, I hate saying it like that, after we moved on from Willie Taggart, let's just say that. What was I going to say? They had decided to make a concerted effort to keep everything as secret as possible, almost like KGB type. And I heard that at first, and I'm like, good luck. In this day and age with social media and somebody knows somebody, it's impossible. And I was wrong. They did. And they hired a search firm, and he was great at sending smoke signals and making you not think it was Norvell, but it really was pretty much the whole time. They did a fantastic job that where even people in the know didn't know for that 1 month. And I think the same thing is taking place again with this conference talk. I could be wrong, but I think they've shut out the local media pretty well. Some might know a little something, but overall, I think they have. I think they've kept everything so close to the vest that we don't really know. I'd love to say, oh, yeah, I heard this and we heard that and everything's trending this way. The local media hasn't even covered it that much. So that tells me one of two things. One, they've signed NDAs and they can't discuss stuff that they've heard, which I don't think is the case. And two, I don't think they really are in the know either. They might know a little something, and I keep saying that, but I think they would cover it more and talk about it more, especially with ACC Media Days coming up, and especially with Big Ten and SEC coming up. It was discussed today on the Jeff Cameron Show a little bit. He did a great job giving his opinion and talking about the Ross Dellinger report from yesterday about the Big 12. I didn't read into it that much, and I'm glad he didn't either. I said the first rule of negotiating 101 is try to get all offers you can get. Even if that's not where you want to go, it's cool that you can present that to the Big Ten and the SEC and say, look what the Big 12 is offering us, and tell the ACC they want us too. Now, we're not looking to stay in the ACC, but the interest there can only help you. So I think Florida State, he mentioned this point because I think Florida State liked that came out. I think so too. I know some people that are really upset about it, saying, what are we doing? It's a lateral move. And it is. And I don't think that's their intention to go there. But a little publicity like that wouldn't hurt. And remember, Big 12 media is having their media days this week. And then that report comes out. So that just adds more fireworks to their week. So the timing is not ironic there. And the new commissioner of the Big 12 is very big, very thinks outside of the box, businessman trying to grow that conference and not let it get left behind from the SEC and Big Ten. So he'll do things like that, and I give him credit for that. Heck, they even had WWE there for the Big 12 championship game to give out like belts to the winning team or the MVP. I can't remember, but he does. He's a forward thinker like that, which is something the ACC never was. But we're not going to go there. So that's my take on that. I know it's not much there. Listen, at the end of the day, whether you hear me say Big Ten or I prefer that over the SEC, I'll be thrilled with either. I just want out of this ACC. I want to compete at the highest level of Florida State, and so does Florida State and their fans. And long term, we can't if we stay in the ACC, and that's what it comes down to. I think my impression is like, all right, we got into the lawsuit, great, but I would still be concerned if I didn't think we had the right people behind it at Florida State, and I think we do. I think we got some strong business minds who know how to keep a secret. I think they learned in the Norvell search through Sukiyama and his search firm how to keep things quiet, how to give smoke screens like maybe yesterday was. I think that too. Yeah, if he keeps hearing it over and over, then there might be some truth to it. But Roth Dellinger came out today and was like, "I'm just saying it. I'm not saying it's definitely happening." So he doubled back, not on it, but he went back and said, "Listen, calm down, pump the brakes there," which he didn't have to do. He's a respected media member, so that was nice to see. I think Florida State fans we've been the talked about team this offseason between the snub from last year and the conference alignment talk. Florida State is doing a great job of keeping their name out there. And it is what it is. I'll be happy when it's over. I don't know when it's going to be over. I read one thing on Twitter, and I'm not saying Twitter's the place to go for source, but this one guy who's been covering the Big Ten, and every day he's had some type of piece of information. Can't say everything is true. Can't say everything's false. The guy seems to know what he's talking about, but I don't believe everything I read there. But it was the first time he had mentioned that, oh, maybe Florida State won't get out of the lawsuit anytime soon or within the next year. Let's just say that. And for 1 year, they might go independent while they deal with that lawsuit. And then when they're done, pick a conference, or because I don't think we get it we don't go in the lawsuit in the first place without a wink, wink, nod, nod. We had somewhere to go. We didn't go in there. Okay, let's get out of the ACC and let's hope to find a place. But that would be crazy. But it's Florida State. Nothing would surprise me. We've tended to be the I don't want to say the villains because I don't think we are, but we tend to be the ones who do things a little differently if we have to. We're going to get criticized no matter what, so you might as well do what you think is best. I think if we went independent for 1 year, I had read that TNT would have our games. It's all, when I say rumors, I mean it's beyond rumors. It's all like, I think I read somewhere. It just caught my eye when I read it. It would be interesting. I think our fans will still behind us 100%, knowing at some point, obviously, we're out of there. And that would just show how bad we want out of the ACC, that we would do that route for 1 year as opposed to 2 more years in the ACC. I would rather that route. I don't want to go past this season. I can't stand the conference. And I think playoff-wise, we're going to be in a bad predicament trying to get in because the SEC and Big Ten are out of 12 teams are going to get probably at least 7 or 8, like guaranteed spots. It's not said like that, but that's how it's going to be. So when everyone said to me, "Oh, it's 12 teams, so you're good to go for next year if this happens," I don't know. We're pretty much fighting over 4 spots again, and the committee's going to have a little more say than before. So that's it. Sorry if I didn't address anything. If you have any questions and you see this later, drop it in the comments. If you have any questions about Alaska, since I just went there, or Chicago, or Notre Dame, or Dallas, or any of those places I've been, please, I take all the questions. And as of now, I am still planning on being in Dublin for the Florida State opener and planning on that. And I'll release a video about that, just how excited I am about that. So thank you for your time. I'll go Bulls. What conference, John, is USF now in? I can't remember if they're not in the Big 12 because that's where UCF is. Oh, I think they're, what's the Conference USA? Listen, USF's getting a new stadium. They're investing in football. So I give them credit for that. And they're a good program. UCF is too. So who knows? I mean, I for the heck of it yesterday. so I mean, yeah, the only way you're going to win in college football these days is if you invest, and no team in any other conference can invest like if you're in the SEC or Big Ten, which is going to be that the AFC, NFC in college football. But yeah, that's it for now. I know I kind of rambled. I didn't want to be critical of people who are covering this or not covering it because it's such a fluid situation. There are some people that are actually convinced, get ready any day, anytime soon, it's going to happen. Josh Pate, who is as plugged in as anybody, has mentioned it twice. Two different sports, man. Two different sports. For pro sports, there's nothing like the Stanley Cup. Honestly, who knows with the new playoff system if you're playing extra games, but if people are just going to be so tired and drained after a season, they won't care as much. I don't think you'll ever see a national title celebration where a player takes the trophy into the Atlantic Ocean and does that like Matthew Tkachuk did. I mean, that I'll never forget that. And I've been to that spot in Fort Lauderdale Beach many times. So it is what it is. He's twice now said that. And like I said, Pate is as plugged in as anyone, whether you like him or not. So he had no reason to say it. And apparently in that world, the media world, he's very well known for not being very careful what he puts his name on. I've seen some people in the media world who just say anything to say it, even if they don't have to. He doesn't do that. So that got my attention right away. And he, with X and Twitter, people can just put like some GIF and you have an idea what it means, but you really don't know. And then that way they're not putting their name on it per se. They're showing the water glass or whatever, like time. It's not like they're saying this is going to happen this month. They're going there. They're not doing that. They use Twitter as a subtweet to get their point across without getting it across so that they can't get in trouble. So, yeah, that's it for now. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to do more of these. I want to build this up, especially with football season starting up soon. So take care, John. Thank you for the chats. I appreciate it. And so, yeah, we'll see you later. Go Noles. Go Panthers. Stanley Cup chance. And as the conference realignment talk continues. Take care.